Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. This is a first grade math review booking, so it may be a mixture of things. So make sure you are remembering all the things Miss Alvin taught you. Okay? What you gonna do now?
A game.
Oh.
I'm at the game. I don't even. It's a multiple choice game. The game's in the chat.
There are going to be some graphs in here. It's going to be some pictures. So make sure you're paying close attention. And also some number orders. Okay? And some tens and ones. Tens and ones. Link is coming in the chat. It's time. Yes, family. So good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Whew, we know much and come back home from walk. No, we didn't walk, we ride. But I don't know why my bicycle keep looking like it wanna be punctured. I don't have a clue. Don't have a clue. Don't have a clue. Finish up your work, baby. You got this.
Finish up. They do got this. You know what they're playing? And when they get bored, you know what they play in class? A game. And they say it's gonna have pictures, and they're gonna like add. Yeah. So I know.
What you doing now?
Yeah. Let's do it first. Just waiting for them to spawn the game in the chat.
Oh, okay.
So you gotta put the game in the chat.
I am sending your link in the chat now. Yes, family. Yes, family. We know much I'm right back home because we get up early this morning, but the little one was idling. It was like a little idle duckling. So what happened? What who? What is happening? So we get back home. We had some fruits. And the little one didn't want a cereal this morning. He said, "Mommy, I just want a cup of tea." Okay, you want a cup of tea? So I just give him a cup of tea. And then he didn't want to ride the bike this morning. He said, "No, Mommy, you got the car." And the car keeps shutting off. So gotta come back and look at it. Gotta get that fixed. He can drive it. I just gotta get that, get it fixed. It's gonna get fixed. So that I don't have to worry. So I ride my bike this morning. So hope everybody's doing good this morning. Is that you, Jay? Oh. So hope everybody doing good this morning. Your girl is doing good. And complain. My bicycle, I don't know why I keep. Well, it's a patch up part, a new tire. So I might have to get me a new tire. Because the big one when I ride in the morning. What? Pencil? Yes, straight away. Jaden, you talk about straight away. Look at my pencil I gave you and I don't know where you put them. Here is one. You have a sharpener? Let me sharpen. I got you. I got you. I got the knife. A knife? Yeah, I'm gonna sharpen the pencil. You gotta be crazy. I'm not gonna do anything. Wait. What? What am I doing? No. I gotta sharpen the pencil. Good morning, family. I gotta sharpen the pencil. You know, this is how we used to sharpen pencil back in the days like this. No sharpener, no worries. Oh, this knife kind of dull. Huh? They say your knife kind of dull. Dull. Knife dull. This is how we used to sharpen pencil when I was going to school back in the days. They put it just like this. You know, boom, 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 boom. See, because the point is so big, you see the point? So we're straightening it up. You put it on there. The knife dull, so it won't cut you. So that's what we used to do here.
You or
Anybody know, you know it. No sharpener, don't worry. Get the knife. You the sharpener. No sharpener, no worries. This boy have a whole case of pencil, whole case of everything. Cases of sharpener. And here, I guess that's why they call him this truffle. Let me go put some water in the plant. I got a plant. No hot water, cold water. Gonna water this plant here. So good morning. I was didn't realize the legendary guy in Usain Bolt father passed away, so may his soul rest in peace. Yeah, water my plant. I got a plant over there. I got a plant. Let's water the plant. That's Jaden plant, but I keep telling him he gotta water his plant, but I guess he when his godfather was moving, he gave us the plant. So he gave me the plant, but I give it to him so he can learn how to plant, water plants, you know. I'm surprised he have a date. It's been there for a while. I'm surprised because sometimes I forget about it. I'm surprised because I put him in the corner to the window and they open the window so the fresh air can come in. Okay. And then gonna make me a cup of tea. What today is how much? I don't even know the days of it. Oh, today is the 7th. Wow. Today is the 7th. The time is flying. And so am I. Yeah. So let me see what today's message was. Whenever time my mind tell me to pick the book up, I pick the book up. Yesterday was May 6th. He said, do not search for security in the world you inhabit. That was yesterday's message. You tend to make mental checklists of things you need to do in order to gain control of your life. If only you could check everything off your list, you could relax and be at peace. But the more you work to accomplish that goal, the more things crop up on your list. The harder you try, the more frustrated you become. This was the message for yesterday. There is a better way to find security in this life. Instead of scrutinizing your checklist, focus your attention on my presence with you. The continual contact with me will keep you in my peace. Moreover, I will help you sort out what is important and what is not. What needs to be done now, and what does not. Fix your eyes not on what is seen, your circumstances, but on what is unseen, my presence. And this was a lesson for yesterday, taken from Isaiah 26, verse 3, the New King James Version, 2 Corinthians 4, verse 18. So that was a message for yesterday. Let me see what May 7 have now. So yesterday was do not search for security in the world you inhabit. And then May 7 I say, if you learn to trust me, really trust me with your whole being, then nothing can separate you from my peace. Everything you endure can be put to good use by allowing it to train you in trust in me. This is how you foil the works of evil, growing in grace through the very adversity that was meant to harm you. Joseph was a prime example of this divine Reversal, declaring to his brothers, you meant evil against me, but God meant it for good. Do not fear what this day or any day may bring your way. Concentrate on trusting me and on doing what needs to be done. Relax in my sovereignty, remembering that I go before you as well as with you into each day. Fear no evil, for I can bring good out of every situation you will ever encounter. And this is Genesis 50, verse 20. And it's taken from the NASB. I forgot what the acronym is. NASB. Psalms 23, verse 4. So that's the message for today. If you learn to trust me, I can bring you good. I can bring good out of every situation you will ever encounter. And as Joseph was a prime example of the divine reversal, declaring to his brothers, you meant evil against me, but God meant it for good. So just remember those two, pondering those tools for today. Remember Joseph as a prime example. You know, and if we really trust in him with your whole being, with your everything, your whole body and soul, then nothing can separate you from my peace, cannot separate you from his peace. Everything you endure can be put to good use by allowing it to train you in trusting me. So you see what it is. So sometimes that's why I say, when you go through adversity in life and you look at life and say, oh, this, no, you see how you can get the positive from the adversities. Because even though this is a little book for the months of the year, devotion for every day of the year, this book here I'm reading it from, but through your adversities you can't give up and you hold on, then you realize that he can move the things that he needs to move, but you have to trust him wholeheartedly. You have to make sure it's all bones in you, every part of you, so he can make his job done. Because he said, you meant evil, my brother, against me. That's Joseph. But God meant it for good. So you see how the balance strike right there. So even though we go through adversities, it don't have to be with your brothers. It could be with the situation you're in. Problem with this, problem with that. Don't know where your rent is coming from. That's the adversity right there. Don't know where your mortgage is coming from. That's the adversity right there. The cancer, you don't know where it evolved from, but you know you have it. That's an adversity you're struggling with, and you don't know how long it's going to linger. But if you trust him wholeheartedly, he can restore us from anything, whatever that situation is in your life. The circumstances, you know, as you say in this book here, the circumstances in yesterday's lesson, which was May 6th, he said, fix your eyes not on what is seen. So fix your eyes on not what is seen, which is your circumstances, but on what is unseen, which is my presence. And I love the fact that the book stated that's unseen, because you can't see those things, but your connection with him, your intuitions, those thoughts that come to you to tell you when to, it's like get up, move, stretch. Whatever that voice is telling you is the connection. You're present with him. You know what I mean? So those things are unseen, but they're spoken to you, are spoken through us. The unseen things, you know. And that's why I believe greatly that our adversities is not meant to fail us unless we want to be over on the failure side. They're meant to be there to challenge us, to see how well we can survive through them. But we have to trust him wholeheartedly so he can fix us. He can fix the issue that is at hand. And it's not the problem with the issue, because you can see those things. The problem is the things that we can't see. Those are the things we're worried about. You know, those are the things we're worried about because we can't see them. then we start have a whole bunch of worries because we don't know what to expect. But he will fix it. He will plant. He will plant your pathway like a garden for you. You ever see some people who do gardening? How they plant things row by row, column by column, horizontally, vertically. It's planted that way for a reason. You might not know the whole agricultural way of why they did that, but if you're into agriculture and you understand why they do certain things that way, you understand. Same way when things, our circumstances are there and we determine not to let our circumstances hold us down. 1 second. Man, this camera just called me, asking me, "Hello, my name is Janet. How is life treating you today?" Good. I just hang up. How is life treating me today? I just hang up. You know, you know. So such is life. We gotta know, because when our circumstances are coming, are there, in the way, they're planted there for us. But once we start to challenge ourselves and tell ourselves we're bigger, we're better than the things that are meant to defeat us, we will get there. This morning, before I got up this morning, at around, was it about 6 o'clock? I think around 6 o'clock or something. A little before 6 o'clock, yes, little before 6 o'clock. I got up, turned the alarm off when the alarm, and lay back down to get up the next round and make noise. And then I lay back down and I quickly doze away. And then I had a dream. I have a dream in a while, but then I had a dream this morning. And in the dream, I saw like I was at this food pantry and somebody hold the line for me because they know I take my kids to school. So when I take them and then I have to do what I have to do, then I go join the line. So somebody will always there looking out for me in the line. So in the dream, I walked up in the dream and the person said, "That's where you stand up." And I go stand right there. And then this man, I don't know the man in the dream, but this man, he came up and he said, "Okay, you gonna board the line?" I said, "No, no, no. This person hold the line for me because I was taking my kids to school." And he said, "Okay." He said, "Well, if you can stand right here, I'm gonna stand right here." And I said, "Okay, it's all right. I just letting you know if somebody hold the line for me because I had the kids, I gotta take them to school and blah blah blah." And he said, "Okay." So he stand behind me. I don't know what happened. I just see the man get out the line and he just start jump up and down. Then all of a sudden, this man go from being a slim, he was trapped in, tall and trapped in, but then he just get muscular so quick. You just see all the veins running through his body. The men who are so muscular. And then all of a sudden, I don't know where, all I saw was myself running. And I run into the building. I go around to the back and run right into the building. And I don't know what, it was so peaceful and quiet while I was running. And I run. It wasn't in harm's way or anything. But I don't know, in the dream, I ran in the dream, right? Shortly after that, I heard, "Uh, this is real now. I'm like, what is that?" I literally get up out my dream and run. I heard my son throwing up, my big son, throwing up this morning. I heard the sound and I looked over and it wasn't the baby. And literally what I did after that was get up and run. Weird, right? Get up and run. Remember I was running in the dream? I get up and run this morning to go attend to my son. He was throwing up. He just get up and said, "Mommy, Well, he didn't tell me anything. He just get up. At this point, he's still in there. Probably was a vision or something. So I get up so fast. As soon as I hear, I quickly get up, go attend to him and get him some tea or stuff, and you feel better. So you just say, you see how quick sometimes you have, when you get these things, you have to pay attention to these things, because I ran in the dream and I ran this morning because when he get up, he came to the trash can to throw up. So I had to run into the other room to go attend to him. Same thing I did in the dream. I run into the people them building. Just life, brother. Just life. I don't get dream a lot, but when sometimes I get dream. And you can't trace those dreams all the time. But sometimes it does, where you get the dream sometimes. They say when your dreams is something far, it's near. Yeah. Yeah, what is it?
Look, guess what?
Mm-hmm.
I did this page all by myself.
Good job. High five.
Everyone.
Okay.
74. 91.
Okay. All right. High five. Write your name. Write your name. Good job.
The teacher didn't even do the page yet.
That's okay. Write your name. That's the goal of you paying attention and listening, so you can elevate yourself.
Plus, other kids didn't even do it yet either.
Good job. Don't worry about others. You worry about what you're doing, okay? Focus on you. Look over your work. Double check to make sure everything is good. You dot your I's and you cross your T. Go to page 44. Yes. So this is just to show you how powerful things is. So sometimes you dream, see things, and you're wondering why you have this dream. Sometimes it's not for you to interpret it. It's just for you to pay attention and listen. And sometimes you get up and you can't remember your dream. It's not for you to remember. You will remember it when something happened. Then you remember exactly what was the dream. But sometimes it just disappear because it weren't meant for you to interpret it. Some dreams are just left. It's like some stories are left untold. Yeah. So I got up this morning running. And I didn't run far in the dream. And I didn't run far this morning either. It's like how you see how we just running there just now in Sema. So life is a journey and it can take you many places, but you just remember. You can hold on. Don't let your circumstances define you, because a lot of time we go into a phase in our life, and if you don't know the phase that you're going through in your life, it will become a hassle for not just you, but for others around you that have to deal with it. It's like you just want. Jay, you want a hot dog or you want a balloony sandwich? You want a
Go check my work.
you want a balloony sandwich?
No.
What do you want?
Come here. Can you check my work, please?
You need to get something. I'll check your work in a few minutes. Wait, when you go on break, I check it. I don't want to be in your class.
I don't want to break now.
You're not on no break. Pay attention to class. Do you want the sandwich?
Yeah, but the teacher's still on the page 43.
Okay, and which one you're on?
44.
Okay, so what you
Look. Check it. Game?
10, 9 and 7 is what? 9 and 7 is what?
9 and 7.
Yes, Mom.
Well,
Make sure it's 9 tens. Make sure you check it is 9 tens and 7 ones.
And
So
I
you
did.
make it 9 tens and 7 ones. Okay, you checking?
Yeah, check it all.
Okay, you did your
And
dating.
guess what? The teacher, they didn't have no
Page
dating.
43 and 44?
But guess what? The teacher said when we're done, we can play again. So time for me to play a game.
Okay, well, I'm proud of you. You finished your work.
Start on 44.
Yeah.
When I'm with
So yes, family, so just don't give up in life. You know the song? Your circumstances, he'll fix it for you. Hold on to Jesus. You could ride out the storm. You could ride out the storm. God in the morning. Hold on to Jesus. You can ride out the storm. So we can ride out any storm, family, eh? And ride out the storm. God in the morning. Hold on to Jesus. You could ride out the storm. I know He have a purpose for me. I know He have a purpose for me, and He will fix it. So you tell yourself, whatever we're going through in your circumstances, He'll fix it. He'll fix it for you. Hold on to Jesus. You can ride out the storm. Listen, even the man that do bad, call on Jesus. You hear me? So you let no one tell you that you're not supposed to call on Him. You call on Him, okay? He answer prayer. As the songwriter say, I call on Him and He saved me from all my sins and sorrow. So call on Him. Don't let go. Keep the faith and you will know. When they say what a friend can do, he ain't talking about friends as in friends. What your friend can do, which is, he said, what a friend we have in Jesus. So if you know that song, praises up to God. What a friend we have in Jesus. Mm, 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 mm. Don't remember the songs. Ooh, I tell you. I tell you. Don't give up, you know. We never give up. We never give in. You can't give up. Can't give up. And you know, sometimes you come, and even as content creators, you come, and sometimes you don't feel like, what am I going to talk about? He will ask Him to fill your mouth with praise, and He will give you praise. You know, He made us in a way that He know we're going to have slip.
Mama, look.
Yeah.
Look.
What is it?
This page.
Yeah. What page?
Check this one.
Alright,
These are
and
the
then we
two I
will
did.
get started.
Okay.
Check this one. Perfect.
First grade with that
11
review.
and 2.
That was a
Oh,
great
you're supposed to
review.
stick 11
If
and
you
2?
had trouble with
Yes.
any part of that
Write them
review,
right there.
Oh.
please
And the
contact me,
teacher's doing the
call
same
me,
thing.
text
See?
me, because I want to make sure you have
Right
these
here.
skills before
And
you
if we
get
right
to
there.
first grade.
See?
Most
What
of you
is
guys
this?
did very well,
That's a 9.
but it's a
Oh,
quick
what?
check-in
1,
to
91.
make sure
okay.
that you guys are up on those skills, okay?
Let me see. 2.
All right.
Check,
Our
check,
teachers
check.
are
Okay.
here.
1 or 2.
Our tutors are here.
Oh,
They are
and
ready
let
to
them
rock
try.
and roll for math.
What did I just do?
You got tested.
If you are in the main session and you did not complete your math universal screener or your math diagnostic, you are getting that done if you're in the main session.
Yes, you're going to get your maths done today.
Your link is already there. I will see you all in just a bit.
Yeah, you have to finish up his test. So He will fix your circumstances, family. So don't let nothing deter you, you know. And that's why you gotta have a connection with Him, you know. A lot of times you can't let the world tell you that because you're not this, you don't have no connection with your God. The world can't tell you what you don't have. Because before the world get to where they need to get to, they were on the other side like you. You keep fighting, keep keep pushing. These kids take me back. So you keep pushing. Because a lot of the times the world that you see now are the people that you see now that are child of God. Before they become a child of God, they have a back end story. Yeah, just like you, just like me. They have a story, you understand? But they didn't let their story deter them from going forward. So just remember that. But sometimes they get over the other side, and instead of they use their blessings to do wonders to others, they use it in a way to throw shade at the people who are left over here. And that's not going to help. Quoting the Bible and telling people, oh, God, don't do this. Remember, you were once over the other side. And we can't forget where we were at. Yeah? because that's what helped to propel us to be over here. So when God bless you from all your sins and sorrows, and He put you at a place for you now to where you can be strong and powerful and say, yes, I will no longer live like that person I was then. It's not for you now to overhear and make yourself feel like you're better than the world that you left over here. You're not. The only difference with you is that you find yourself and you find it through the connection that you formed because you were tired of living the way you were living. You were in a situation where you say, you know what? If I don't stop this, then my life is going to be the other part of me. It's going to be a different story tell. And then many times these people get over the other side, learning the Bible, learning this, and then they start interpreting so wrong to judge the man that they left over here, the sisters that they left over here, the brothers that, no, we can't do that, we can't judge like that. Now we're talking about God not raining on this, God not raining on that. No, that's not what God wants. That's not what God wants for His people. When He put us over here, He put His strongest soldiers over here to fight His battles. He don't put them over there to cast these people over here. Okay, He brought you from that same place. He said He brought us a mighty long way. Why did they say He brought us a mighty long way? Because he put us through the trials and the tribulation. But be deep down in those trials and tribulation, we stood our grounds. People who are already over there, they stood their grounds, and they find out that, you know what, if I only stood my ground, regardless of the adversities, regardless of the challenges, I can get over here. Now they get over here, some of them get over there and think it's like, okay, it's changed, so now I'm gonna judge this person. No, that's not, God not happy with you. It don't matter if you become a Christian and wet yourself up in water just to say you're a Christian. No, you're not happy. Because He didn't put you over this side for you to judge where you're coming from. Remember, He brought you a mighty long way. Say something, a mighty long way to go. Press along, saying, in God's own way. If you can press, everybody can press. And when we pray and asking for direction for our brothers, for our sisters, I'm looking around because I'm trying to get this thing up here. So for our brothers and sisters, the same way we get out, we get out. I remember I was at places where I go there and I work. And when I was leaving, I met some people there that were there long before me. And I went in their work and then I leave, migrate to somewhere else, then come back and stuff. And I never looked back. And when I was leaving, I remember a few persons who know what I was doing said to me, remember, you need that money. Remember. And I was young then. And the person said to me, because the person know the story, because somebody I talked to. And the young lady said to me, she get up from around she was cashing that time. She get up from around her seat. Very sweet young lady. She was older than me though. But she get up from around her seat while she cashing. And she saw me leaving and she said, why are you leaving? I'm like, wait, whatever. And she tried to hold me back like this and she said, no, don't go. Remember, you want few more dollars to do this and do that. And you know what? I turned around to that young lady and said to that young lady, I said, let me tell you something, young lady. You see what God do for me? No one on this planet has ever done it for me. If we don't have no faith, no belief that He can make changes and adjustment in our life, then that's where the challenge is going to come. And that's where the challenge is going to be greater because we only have our challenge. You see what I'm saying? Let me tell you why I say we only have our challenge. Have you ever noticed, like for example, my car broken down, got it fixed, then it stalled 3 times yesterday in the middle of the road, right? And one time, twice in the road and once on the side, whatever. You understand? But then, if I was to look at the challenge and say, oh, but look how I fixed the car and I paid so much money to fix the car, and that mechanic this and that mechanic that. Would he make me proceed? No, because guess what? I was dwelling and what happened in the past or what this person had done that day. Then that's where I can't get what I need to get, and I can't get from point A to point B because I'm not thinking clearly, I'm not thinking straight, I'm not looking ahead, I'm looking back. Yeah? I'm just bitter. Looking back. Look how me pay this man money. And we got in this. And look, that's bitter. Instead of telling myself, you know what? Let's call. Let's calm it down. Let's find a solution. How are you gonna do this? Eh? Turn the car off and turn it back on. Put your trust in God and He will fix it. So anything we're going through, I just use the car as an example, but whatever your situation, your circumstances, put it to God. Sometimes we put in our problem to mankind like they gonna solve it. They ain't gonna solve nothing. But if you put it to God and He's in the midst, then the mankind, the person He gonna give that ability to think about what's wrong with you or what's wrong with your car or what's wrong with this or why you can't get this, why you can't get that. He gonna put somebody in that way to fix it for you. They don't even have to have a second guess about nothing. You doing your work? Okay, good. Do it to your best of your ability. You understand? You won't have to worry about nothing. And then sometime another thing too, we're pressing on. It's very important to stop and think. Make sure that any decision you're gonna make is something that is a connection between not just you making the decision, but you have that spiritual connection with talking to your Father. Because that's very important. Because many times we make decisions and we only make it based off of what somebody tell you or anything. You don't check it to make sure it is something that is in line with your connection with your being, your spiritual being. You know, you're just making a connection because somebody said, oh, I could make a connection, and then boom, you make a connection, boom, the connection don't work out, then boom, you're mad. Boom, boom, boom. You just boom, 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 mad, mad, mad. No, it's not gonna work. You know. But just remember, your circumstances, He will fix it. I'm taking up the kids' toys. You good? What are you doing? What's wrong? Why your face look like that? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? You didn't charge. Jaden, didn't I tell you to plug in your computer this morning?
Yeah, I did plug it.
Did you something else, man? Hurry up.
Now I don't know what to class again.
You gonna have, that's good. Teach you a lesson because I tell you plug in your little laptop. You gotta listen. First thing you do before you get on your computer is to check. Do you know even when you're driving a car, Jaden, before you get in that car, you're supposed to check your oil, check your tires, and check if you have any antifreeze, check if you have everything that need to be checked by you. I think it's called I don't know. What? I'm coming with that. But you just realize something. It's so funny. Yeah. That's our sharp book. You like it? He says that the sandwich is a book. Man, hurry up, man. So don't give up, family. You know, your circumstances, He will fix it. I gotta get me some water too. I only have one little bottle of water left. In your circumstances, He'll fix it for you. Oh Lord, Jesus. Could ride out that storm. You know what kind of wire you are. You know what wire you are. It's like what? It's like they say, no, what? You're getting back together, turn it on. Okay, you should have done that. Oh, you're back in class. Where you close it?
Back in what?
Oh, you're something else, you know? You're something else. At least he did his work. Whoop, whoop. Thank you, Father. Whew. Know your circumstances, family. Know what your purpose is in life, you know? Sometimes all we need. And I was telling you about that. a place I was, and a young lady tell me, she whispered to me, she was so sweet. You know, every workplace you go, you're gonna have that one sweet person that will see your circumstances. You know, somebody who you talk to all the time, and when something not right, they will always encourage you. I don't know about how life works now.
A milkshake?
Yes, and they will always encourage you to just look at your problem and see the situation at hand. Sometimes you don't listen to them because the voice is telling you to leave. You know, that deep intuition in you, that voice is saying leave, and sometimes you have to listen, and sometimes it's not the voice that needs to talk to you telling you to leave. Sometimes that you need to hear is the wrong voice. Sometimes listening to the wrong voice, you know, and then you when you listen to the right voice, you don't worry about nothing. You don't have no regrets because you listen to the right voice. Because he said he's preparing a table in the presence of your enemies. He said, though anoint my head with oil, my cup run it over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of him forever and ever. You know, and dwell in the house of the Lord is just that we have to get there to give our life to him so we can fully dwell in his house. You know what I mean? And I never look back. I never look back. Way forward.
5, 10, 50, 20.
As the song said, I never look back. I never look. That's an old song, you know. I don't know anybody know that song. You say, good morning, Hannes. How are you? How are you, Raven? How are you? Greetings.
Guess what?
Yes.
The teacher teaches you how to count by the fives. Let me count. Ready? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 0.
So aren't you doing your test?
Alon, make sure that you're getting this on here because you're gonna have to try and
Doing
figure
my
out what
test.
time it is.
The teacher logs me
Okay,
into a
listen.
breakout room.
Oh, listen. You're gonna have to figure out your time, so pay attention. Yeah. And stuff. So this song said, I never look back. I never look back. I don't remember the rest of the song. It's an old song though, so if you know it, you know it. It just come to my thought. You see how things can come to your thought? Just come to my thought. Never look back, baby. Sometimes you gotta go and you never look back, you know. I mean, never look back doesn't mean that you're rude to people or anything. It's just that you say, okay, chapter closed. All right, let's keep going. That's what I mean. You know, let's keep going. Doesn't mean you don't pass there. Doesn't mean you don't go back in there or wherever. But it's just that chapter of you reversing is not looking back there. You know. So it depends on what is your situation. You know. So I never look back. I never look back. I just remember the chorus. It's a beautiful song when they used to sing it. I just don't remember it. I never look back. I never look back. They say beyond this. So you gotta know what never look back to you is, you know. So greetings to each and every one. Greetings. Know your circumstances. Know what you're gonna do to fix the circumstances in your life, you know. They're gonna be there. Your circumstances are gonna be risen. They're gonna be there. But you gotta know them. Okay, the problem sometimes why we struggle sometime in life is because we don't know what our circumstances is. It's like somebody asks us, where do we see ourselves in the next 3 years? Are they might break it down to short term, medium term, or long term. And sometimes we have no clue. And then that's way because we kept looking back at our circumstances instead of saying, okay, what can we use our circumstances to do? Yeah? Are we going to use it to keep dwelling and looking back? Or are we going to try to use our circumstances to channel what's ahead? You know, mind you, you don't know what's ahead. But then by thinking, you know, relax. Inhale, exhale, and start to think. And then start to realize that you can find good. You can find the good. You know, you just gotta be trusting. This Lego here. You gotta just trust your father. You know what it is, Jaden? I talked to you about that already. So yeah. You got it? I showed it to you already, so you should get it. I'm gonna steam this room. Give me the hot mess.
So the 12 and the 6 o'clock is 6 o'clock.
Short hand and the hour hand and the minute hand is the long stick.
Yes. So
Long stick.
Point to 6. Long hand point to the 12. That is 6 o'clock.
Exactly. Anything goes to 12. If you minute hand.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 0.
You did that the other day, so you should understand that. I remember, you know what half past mean? It's 6:30, 5:30. You remember that? So the long stick, just remember long stick is the minute hand. The short stick is the hour hand. Long stick, minute hand.
This means it's the shorter it goes to the 3 than 3 o'clock.
Yeah, if it's on 12 though, you gotta be on 12 and 3. So if the short stick is on the 3.
Look, come here. Now they're gonna change it again.
Okay. They're just teaching you the hours first. Because there's more to it.
Now it's 10 o'clock.
Okay. And just make sure you look where the minute hand is pointing. Very important. Because you're not gonna always be on the hours all the time. You're not gonna be centered all the time. You okay? Yeah. What you look like that? Sit up like you're in class.
Just
Okay, I'm coming. I just want my cup of tea. So funny. Yeah, I just want my cup of tea. He said, I just want my cup of tea. Yeah. Yes, yes. So don't give up, family. Don't give up in this world. Don't give up, you know. Everything is not meant to defeat us, so always remember that. Everything is not meant to defeat us, so you don't have to worry. Everything is about giving up, you know. Because that's the first thing sometimes when things not going right. First thing sometimes come to our head. Give up, give up. You tell that thing that come into your head. Nope, nope, nope. I'm gonna make my sandwich. Oh, beyond the sea. And enjoy the enjoy. So don't give up. So we never give up. We never give in. Don't give up. You know, like last night I was talking about, I was on my live last night and I was talking about we also got to learn to know our lifeline. You know, very important. You know, and your situation. Yeah, tell your teacher. You know, your situation is gonna show you the lifeline that you got. It will show you. And then sometimes the people that pass you along the way, you say, oh, they didn't stop. Those weren't your lifeline. You gotta remember, your lifeline. Hurry up, Jake. Very important. Okay. So sometimes you say, I stopped so many people, but they wouldn't stop. But then one stop, right? That was the one meant to be your lifeline. You know? That was the one that was planted along the way to attend to you. You know, to help you through your circumstances. But our mind is so wired in a way that when you work with people, sometimes that you're expecting to do the things for you and they haven't done it for you, you think those are the person that meant to do it for you. No, they're not. You know, and I had to look at my circumstances or situations to understand that sometimes the people that you think that you're so expecting to do the things for you were meant to do the things for you. No, they weren't. They were not the one. And you'll be mad at them. But when you understand yourself, understand your connection to God, then it's easier for you to understand that, you know what? Maybe it's God's plan to say those people gotta go. What I mean go. They're not going because they're going because they weren't the one that was planted to help you. You see what I'm saying? They weren't the one. It's like how many times you see
I'm leaving this room.
how many times you're on the road and you see somebody car break down and so you will look and in your mind you want to help that person, but it wasn't meant for you to help that person. You keep going because the lifeline is coming. It may take a little while, but the lifeline is on their way. You know. I remember last year I was coaching and I was coaching. I didn't a good thing I didn't apply for coaching this year because if I did, the car would be break down. So, and I was coaching last year, and on my way back, coming from coaching with the kids in the car, there I saw this lady in her jeep, along the way, not too far from where I am, and she was breaking down in the middle of the turn lane. Manzi, good morning. Jermaine, good morning. How you doing? Good morning. Greetings. Greetings. And what do you need? What's up, babe? Use the words now.
I'm trying to do something.
Like what?
Look.
You can't use the words you don't know what you're doing?
I can go into another room or leave the meeting. Which one?
That's what the teacher said?
Yeah.
So go into Edna Mentum and do your test.
Go into another room or leave the meeting.
Why?
Should I go into another room or leave the meeting?
No, stay in there.
Go to another room.
And to ask the teacher if you're supposed to be doing your test. Ask teacher.
I'm supposed to be doing my test.
Okay, then pay attention in class then.
3:00.
Where's the board?
The board is right here. I'm writing on it.
Okay. Greetings. So I was saying I was coming back from coaching that evening and the Jeep was broken down in the left turn lane. Like they coming off the freeway and the Jeep broken down in the left turn lane. And I passed the Jeep. But when I passed, I make sure I look to see who was in there. You gotta pay attention. It's very important to pay attention. And I drove past the Jeep. Nice pink looking, kind of shade of purple looking light. And it was an elderly lady was in there. And you could see all this fluid was leaking out from under the bottom of the car and stuff like that. I passed and because it was a one-way street, so I had to pass. There was no way to stop right. I couldn't stop where she was, so I had to stop and pass and then go around to come back to her. And then I had to. So I heard a voice. I heard a voice say, "Stop." And in my head, I'm like, "What are you telling me to stop?" And I don't know. You don't know anything. But then it was a female in there, and she elderly. And in my head, I'm like, "What are you telling me to stop?" But anyway, I did obey. But I had to go around because the person was going the opposite direction, coming off the freeway and then turning, come in. So I come in the one-way street. I had to pass her to go around and come back, and then backed up into and turn and park on the side of the street, and then walked over to go see if she was okay. And then she wind her window down, and I said, "Yeah, you have some leaking underneath and everything." And she said, "You know what? I just traded my Jeep for this Jeep." She said she just traded in her Jeep for this Jeep. Nice Jeep. When the girly Jeep, the nice Jeep, nice purple looking, nice. And she said, "Man, I'm sorry I traded mine for it." So she was on the phone and everything. And I said, "Well, I will stay with you." Because where she was is coming off the freeway, so there's no way people would have to keep going around the same way like I had to do to assist with her and everything. And then I had some paper towel in my car. We go look at it to see what was it, the liquid and everything. And then she was on the phone making some phone calls or so. And I think she was able to get the car out of that spot she was in because she was still in the turn lane and everything. Dangerous because it's right after she come off the freeway. Boom, right there at the light. And so it was a very bad spot she would be in. Then you'd impede the turn lane for the people, you know what I mean, coming off the freeway. And then she was able to get the car started up and was able to pull over to the other side of the road and everything. And then we stayed there till her son and her grandson came in with her. So we stayed in my car, so we were able to stay there with her. And then another lady was pulling off the freeway, and then she came around just like me, and it seemed like her voice tell her too to stop and assist with her too as well. She was saying, "Is everything okay?" Or so, and we were telling her what was wrong. I saw. And the lady said, "Okay, then if it's just that I saw," we said, "I'm gonna be here with her for a while." So, do you know what the lady did? The lady went back on the freeway and she said something in her head tell her to come back and to make sure everything. The lady turned back herself to another lady in her vehicle. She said, "I just couldn't sit well because it's an elderly lady as well too." And she turned back around. She was going about and she turned back around and come back, and a couple other people turn back and come, and it just goes to show that you have lifelines out there. Sometimes you have multiple, sometimes you have one, two, three, sometimes you have one too many. So you have options. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. We were able to stay there with her till she come, and I'm always that's why I like a van because I always have some food up in there to eat with the kids. So I was able to have some snacks for them because we were coming from the game anyway. So it just goes to show in life that your lifeline is planted along the way. And if you don't understand what your lifeline is, wait till you're in situations. And don't expect that the people that you think are going to come, that you do this for all the time, is going to be your lifeline. They are not your lifeline. They are not going to be your lifeline. Sometimes they might, depending on how the circumstances of them and the situation of them and who God want to be in the midst that he planted along the way to help. So you have to understand. And that's why we have to be spiritually grounded, spiritually connected to him. You know, he will have people along the way, and don't get too panicky and nervous either. Because when you're on the road, it's not for you to get panicky and nervous. It's for you to pay attention and be well connected, well grounded. As the songwriter said, be rooted and grounded in the name of the Lord. You got to be rooted and grounded. Many times we want to be rooted into the other way, but we got to learn to be rooted and grounded. You know? Everybody's opinion of the world around you or you is gonna be their opinion. It's not of you. You gotta make sure you know who you are, how connected you are to your being, and all these things. You gotta know that for yourself. The world ain't gonna know that for you because you gotta have that connection. You know. As the songwriter said, no matter what the people of the world may say, hold fast and never let go. Take another grip, my God. Hold fast and never let go. No matter what the people of the world may say, hold fast and never let go. So you have to learn to hold fast and never let go. Know your lifeline. When I say know your lifeline, it's like knowing what you got. How grounded are you? You know, you will get there one day. How you think we all get over the other side? Or everybody who you see over the other side is giving God honors and praise now. You think they're just born like that? They just born and evolve and say, yes, I'm walking the footsteps of Christ just like that. No, they had their slip. They had what they had this thing in car. I like to connect terminologies with everyday life. They have this thing they call slip. What they call it? Slip. Not the stop leak one. They have one that they call slip something. I don't remember what it is. But it's like it help with slipping or so. I think it's stop leak. You know what your stop leak is. You know what I mean? How do you what do you use to stop when something is leaky? What do you use? Sometimes you have some DIY things that you won't last, it's just temporary, but it's there to help mend up things or patch up things until you can get the solution. You see what I'm saying? Till you can get to the real permanent solution. So nobody just evolve and say, hey, hallelujah, praise the Lord. Nobody don't evolve like that. You know, we all babies growing up, screaming, yelling, hey, hungry. We've been through that, you know. We had that fair share. We had that struggles. We've been through all of that. So know your lifeline, family. Know that lifeline, you know. Oh, not ready yet. So you know what your lifeline is. I'm not gonna stay any longer with you, but I want to make you understand. Say no matter what you're going through in life, your circumstances we fix it at that passage we read this morning there, and everything you hold on and don't give up. You know, it's easy to give up. It's easy to route that way, but you fight because you know what your problem is. When you're aware, it's easier for you to navigate. When you're not aware of your circumstances, then it will also become more of a problem. You know, it's like adding problem to problem. No. But when you're aware of your circumstances, then you can work with your Lord so He can fix it. And He said He will fix things for us. He will. But remember what He said this morning for me. We have to trust Him. It's like trust Him wholeheartedly. It's not half of us, it's not piece of us. We have to trust Him. Alright, so He can fix things for us. So until then, family, well, good. Thank you all for stopping by. Appreciate, and wherever you are in this world, we're not going to give up. We're going to hold fast. Take another grip. And we're going to hold fast and keep going. Alright, we will get over the other side. Keep believing, keep trusting, and He will direct our path very soon. Bye, bye, bye.